Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to cover Kaspa and conduct machine learning based price forecast, regression analysis, as well as estimated bull run target for Kaspa and its token KAS. So let's get started. It's not financial advice. Over the last 24 hours or so, Kaspa has rallied by a lot. Over the last 7 days, it's the most rallying crypto by about 14, almost 15%. Overall, if you look at Kaspa in terms of rallying in the last 24 hours, up by about 4.5%, market cap at around 2 billion. If you look at Kaspa's market cap based ranking, it's number 43rd. So it's kind of concerning with that perspective. If we look at some of the historical snapshot of cryptos, let's say rolling back 1 year. So now we are in the middle of April 15th, week of April 15th. So if we go and check similar time period in the last year in 2024, April, middle of April 2024, Kaspa was ranked number 41. Now it's ranked number 43. So it has slipped up by about couple of spots in terms of market cap based rankings. If we look at similar time in 2023, Kaspa over the last 2 years, that is how much slippage it has had in terms of market cap based ranking, you would find that Kaspa was at this point in time 2 years ago. If we look at Kaspa and its market cap based, my apologies, we are looking at the December 2023 chart. Kaspa's rank at that point in time was at around 37. So there has been some slippage in market cap based ranking. Now it's at around 43rd spot. All in all, though, if you look at Kaspa's series of higher highs and higher lows that continued up until about August 2024, there has been a change since that point. Again, a double bottom from May 2024 to November 2024 at around 11 cents. You can see that more clearly on this uh, weekly chart, where the 20-week moving average and the 21-week moving average essentially was the support for most of the rallies, and then the rally used to continue till about as late as about some September 2024. Essentially from that point in time, barring this fake out where most of the cryptos rallied in November December of 2024, the prices have been in a downturn with respect to the 20-week moving average and the 21-week exponential moving average. Those averages are right now coming in at around 9.7 cents and 10.3 cents. Right now the price is at around 7.5 cents, roughly speaking. If we were to go and check machine learning based price forecast, this is developed under on cryptoweeklies.com. This is the link on the bottom of your screen, not just for Kaspa, for most of the top 100 cryptos by market cap. We have developed a machine learning based price forecast model using seasonal ARIMA, LSTM, and XGBoost machine learning models to make it very easy for the community to understand. We have the forecast is comprised of statistics based, confidence levels based, what are theoretical targets in a, let's say, one standard deviation or a non-euphoria bull run in the next 6 months between 10, roughly speaking, 9.6 cents and about 20 cents. That would correspond to a price slightly higher than the at a weekly average than August 2024 high. The base case is forecasted between 8.5 cents and 11 cents. That is, if there aren't any major bullish catalyst sideways price action, the trend behind the trend is going between 8 cents and 11 cents. In a case of a non panic or one standard deviation bear case, price support for Kaspa in the next 6 months is slightly under 5 cents to about 7.5 cents. If on the other hand there is a two standard deviation on a euphoria rally, like Kaspa did enjoy all the way throughout 2023 and early 2024, those two standard deviation rally 95 percentile theoretical ceiling, in that two standard deviation euphoria rally for Kaspa is between 10.5 cents and 32.5 cents. So that's the target in a in close to a estimated blow off top or a euphoria bull run for Kaspa. Right now the tokenomics of Kaspa definitely are uh, somewhat of a challenge with respect to how many tokens are in circulation. About 28 billion tokens are that are the max supply, out of which 26 billion are in circulation. So kind of a healthy sign with respect to the tokenomics, at about 90% of the total supply is already in circulation, but the volume is at around 95 million of a 2 billion market cap, so less than 5% volume. You can see at around 24-hour volume did increase by about 45%, but still the volume as percent of a market cap is 4.5%. If you look at the one year worth of price versus market cap history, you would find essentially similar charts. That means whatever growth or lack of growth occurs in market cap gets reflected back in price. So going forward and analyzing the token with respect to regression based approach to identify if it's in a fairly valued or undervalued. So the polynomial regression based fair line, this is the pink line which is drawn throughout in a non-linear fashion across the entirety of price action for Kaspa, helps identify where the prices are overvalued or if they are undervalued. So if that is just a midpoint, if we were to be more conservative and apply one standard deviation residual to the fair value, that provides a decent area of support or a value buy zone for Kaspa again in June 2023 as well as early November 2024 before a major rally, and potentially now middle of March of 2025 where the token did close at slightly higher than 5 cents. So from that point in time it had a 50% upside from the early March lows to the current price action. So if we were to apply a similar fair framework to the upside to identify what is the 68th percentile peak for Kaspa, the current price is coming close to the 68th percentile peak at around 7.5 cents, exactly close to the price at around 7 point, you can see 7.82 cents as the ceiling, and the 7 point current price action at the similar point in similar valuation zone. So if we are looking for any further upside for Kaspa, the 2 standard deviation ceiling which covers major peaks for Kaspa in a rally, that also is confluent at around 10.9 cents, which is the machine learning based price target in a base case scenario. So that's where the token is. To summarize, it's slightly overvalued with respect to this trend line coming close to a major resistance level at around 7.9 cents. Let's see if the resistance gets broken and the rally continues to the 2 standard deviation ceiling. Then that could signal, if there is a series of higher lows from this point in time, that could signal a change in the shape of the regression function as we get into the later part of 2025. If we were to look at the regression based model, instead of at a weekly candle level, this is price color coded with respect to the risk level as it relates to the regression function, helps identify based on the color scheme between risk between 0 and 1, helps identify what is when the risks have cooled off. Let's say the thesis is only to DCA. When the risks have cooled off, that is less than 20% risk for an altcoin, this model did identify some of the decent buy opportunity along the way, again during riding this series of higher highs and higher lows, and also the lower highs and lower lows potentially now in from the bottom in early March of 2025, roughly at around 5 cents to the current price roughly around 8 cents. Now if we were to look at some of the medium term targets for Kaspa, you can see that in the major rallies the prices do visit this 50 to 60% risk level, and if we were to extrapolate what those 50 to 60% risk levels would look like in the current iteration of the rally, again they do cut this dotted red line which corresponds to the 2 standard deviation ceiling or residual applied to the regression based fair value, that is the gray line, and the dotted red line. The dotted red line also points to a valuation at around 10.2 cents. So that is another area to look for in case of a major rally in the future. And in terms of a shorter term analysis of the risk level, that could be somewhere between 8 cents and 9 cents, between 50 to 60% risk. And the ceiling is at around, roughly speaking, again, this is a declining ceiling at around 10.2 cents. Now, going forward with analyzing the SMA based model, this is a 20-week simple moving average based risk model. This model has signaled a cool off in the market especially early April, when the risk levels were at around between 0 to 0.1, that is in terms of percentage between 0% and 10%, and did identify this November 2023 peak. Again, with a similar framework, analyzing these risk-based rallies for Kaspa, let's see. With this hypothesis is, if right now the risk levels are again at around 17%, if they were to go back to this range of between 20% and between the range of 30% and 60%, which they usually hit during a major rally, at least since about late 2024 February. So with that framework, between 30 and 60% risk, the price forecasted is between 14 cents and 17 cents for Kaspa per this model. So that's the moderate term target for Kaspa. The higher term, or the slightly higher risk based target, is between 18 cents and 20 cents. The time weighted average price for Kaspa has signaled a buy signal, where the price has gone down with respect to the time weighted average price. The time weighted average price comes at around 7.4 cents. The prices are slightly higher than that, but they were meaningfully close enough to signal a low risk territory. Again, the risks are at around 5.5% in terms of the time weighted average price risk. They did identify some of the major tops when the prices deflect a lot from the time weighted average price, where the color codes are in darker shade of orange or red. That's where you get a cool down in the market. So going forward and estimating a bull run target as a composite of all the risk levels might sound somewhat outlandish, but again, the estimated bull run peak with the weighted risk of the three models that we saw is at around 30%. If the risks were to go to at around 95%, the estimated bull run target for Kaspa in this bull run is at around 25 cents, with a reward of about 3.2x from the current price of roughly speaking 8 cents. And with that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.